What to do if you have it all clear in your head, but when you actually have to talk about it, you somehow get lost. This is a very, very common problem, especially for people working in STEM fields, which are known to be quite complex, jargon dependent, and honestly, when you're so deep into some kind of field or work, we get biased. Like, we think that everyone knows what we know. So it makes sense that when we need to share and explain our work to people who are completely outside of our expertise, it feels uncomfortable. Because of course, we all of a sudden we need to do something that's very, very hard, which is make our work understandable and relatable to someone who doesn't know anything about that. And we are so deep into our technical jargon expertise that it's hard to zoom out and actually make sure that people understand you. And one of the clear consequences are conference talks. For example, I bet that you went to many conferences and 99% of the talks are like, what is this person even talking about? Even though they are great experts, even though they are great at what they're doing, but yet they cannot explain their work properly and concisely and in a way that it's both interesting and relatable to the audience. So we don't want to be those people, that's clear, because it affects our career, our time, our energy. It's super draining. So it's not something that we really want to do. So how can we make sure, like, what is the cause of this problem? What is really the source issue of this problem, and how can we solve it? So the source issue of it's really that we don't think as other people think. So we are, as STEM professionals, we are really trained to have this super strict structure in our head. But when something disrupts that structure, for example, a person with a question or a person who has a question that we maybe consider basic, then we sort of get like, oh, okay, but how do I really make this extra complex thing understandable for people who are outside my field? One of the exercises that really works wonders is just to ask yourself, what is it that I'm trying to share with them? Like, what's that one main message that I want them to understand? I sort of feel that, especially in the work with my clients, I feel that just asking yourself this question already does a lot. Now, of course, this is all theory, but when it comes to practice, it becomes, of course, it's hard because it's a skill that should be practiced as any other skill. But with practice and with constantly like retraining and rewiring your brain to explain complex stuff in a simple way that is both understandable and relatable, you can really make sure that it becomes easy and almost even effortless for you. And this is something that we learn how to do in my coaching program. I teach my clients exactly that. So how do I make sure that even though it makes sense in my head, it also makes sense to other people when I say it out loud? We take your work, your specific challenges, and we work exactly on that. And what we try to do is to build this thinking architecture in a way that you can always know exactly which resource to use and which words to use in order to make sure that your work is structured and clear to other people. So if this is something that you feel that you need some support with, if every time you have to explain your work, you sort of start rambling and you get lost and you're like, okay, I don't want to deal with that anymore. If this is something that really is taking a toll on your career progress, on pitching for funding, you're not getting the funding you want, or you're simply not getting the recognition your work deserves, because I know that you are a great expert and putting a lot of effort into being a great expert that you are. If this is something that resonates with you and you feel that you need some support with that, I will leave a link down below in which you can schedule a completely free discovery call with me. And in that call, we can talk about your specific challenges, like what is your specific struggle and how it affects your life and your career. And we can see if we are a good fit to work together, if I can help you with my expertise, and if this is something that you would like to be helped with. So thank you so much for watching this video, and yeah, see you next time in another video. Bye bye.